Good Friday evening, September 13th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Wenatchee City Council members approved a Safe Streets for All grant agreement with the Federal Highway Administration that will help identify safety improvements. A report of a firearm put Eastmont High School in a lockdown on Thursday. Partly cloudy skies with seasonally cool temperatures expected this weekend. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. An East Wenatchee police sergeant has lost that rank after a public outburst. James Marshall was demoted to patrol officer last month for a domestic dispute in January, in which he argued with his girlfriend at a Wenatchee hair salon and then threw a package of takeout food at the wall. Marshall was not criminally charged in the incident, but he was the subject of a formal complaint to the East Wenatchee Police Department. Chief Rick Johnson ordered an investigation that found Marshall had violated the department's good conduct policies. Marshall must also accept an $1,100 cut in his monthly pay and undergo anger management counseling. He's the second East Wenatchee officer to face discipline for off-duty conduct this year. Patrol Officer Landon Jensen resigned last month amid criminal charges for allegedly pointing a handgun at another driver during a road rage incident. Wenatchee City Council members approved a Safe Streets for All grant agreement with the Federal Highway Administration that will help identify safety improvements. The $200,000 grant requires a $50,000 match of local funds to develop a safety action plan to address serious injury or fatality crashes. City engineer Jake Lewing said the plan would ultimately identify capital projects needed to eliminate all serious injury or fatality crashes in the city.
So we will look at it'll look at crash rates with our consultant on crash rates, those locations, analyze what went into those crashes, just looking at all the data we have. Our PD, the state, we collect all the data from all crashes. So we'd look at that. There'd be a public engagement, working with local officials, working with our police department, the schools to identify concerns, their observations. So it's really an all-encompassing effort to kind of work across a lot of different agencies, look at all the data we have to identify really where the needs are and how we prioritize those.
Lewing said the action plan will be developed over a year and would be brought to the City Council in 2026 to adopt. An amendment approved by the Eastmont School Board proposes a third open division for student athletes who are transgender or nonbinary. The board-approved proposal, written by Paul Kotzman, who is the District 8 Director of the Washington Interscholastic Activities Association, on Monday. The proposal says a third division would maintain a playing field that's fair and inclusive. On August 19th, the board passed a resolution that says current WIAA regulations and state and federal laws around transgender inclusion are, quote, not working for student athletes. Eastmont will now need to solicit signatures from 4 other school boards by October 11th for the WIAA to consider their amendment. When we come back, an endowment dedicated to a late Westside High School graduate aims to provide outdoor education opportunities at the school in his memory. New food storage regulations will go into effect for visitors to the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest beginning on Monday. And the winners of the 2025 Apple Blossom Festival logo contest were announced and their winning designs unveiled yesterday. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Lake Chelan Sports is the place to find top brands like Hoka, Ons, Patagonia, and now a full line of Warrior products. With excellent customer service, Lake Chelan Sports has what you need.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
Each year, Springwater Insurance has been teaching those of you on Medicare how will your health and drug plans change for the next year. Now, we can't give you specifics till October 1st, but what I can tell you is your Part D prescription expense will be capped at $2,000 for the year. Now, on October 1st, your current insurance plan will send you a letter explaining these changes. Springwater Insurance will help you find out what your most cost-effective choice for your Medicare health and drug plan for next year. So give us a call for a free consultation.
Public notice! With summer ending, there's never a better time than now to get your new or used RV at Click It RV. New RVs for $199 over invoice, and used RVs priced below Blue Book. Top brands like Grand Design, Winnebago, Rockwood, and more. Priced at deals you'll never see again. No payments until 2025 and low first time ever interest rates for the summer end liquidation sale. Nobody beats a Click It RV deal.
I'm Richard Sherman, and we guarantee it.
Trades welcome. Don't miss this liquidation event going on now at a Click It RV store near you. Click It RV.
Thank you for trusting Abby's legendary pizza for 60 years. Your hard-earned money supports hundreds of youth working at our parlors, dozens and dozens of nonprofits and school teams throughout the area. At Abby's, doing good in the neighborhood has never tasted so delicious. Can you smell it? It's not arugula and pear. It's bacon, and cheddar. Yep. Everybody's favorite pizza is back on sale this month at Abby's, loaded with 2 kinds of bacon and real cheddar cheese. Enjoy Abby's September special at a very special price.
An endowment dedicated to a late Westside High School graduate aims to provide outdoor education opportunities at the school in his memory. 18-year-old Colton Long, a 2024 graduate, died in a car accident on August 24th. Colton's Excellent Outdoor Adventures Endowment at the Community Foundation of North Central Washington was created in collaboration between Westside, Colton's mother Megan Long, and family friend Rick Edwards. In a release by the Wenatchee School District, Westside Principal Jennifer Devereaux said the endowment will impact the lives of many students while preserving Colton's legacy. Donations are open and accepted on the Community Foundation's website, a link to which can be found on the NCWLIFE website. New food storage regulations will go into effect for visitors to the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest beginning on Monday. The new rules require visitors to store food and other wildlife attractants in a bear-resistant manner and to properly dispose of garbage and food remnants. Bear sightings and conflicts have increased in the forest over the last few years, and the new food storage requirements are meant to reduce the hazard of those encounters. Bears that begin to associate people with food can lose their fear of humans and begin to pose a threat. U.S. Forest Service managers say the new rules are standard in other federally managed lands across the West. A report of a firearm put Eastmont High School into a lockdown on Thursday. Eastmont School District said school administration received a report of a firearm displayed in a vehicle in the student parking lot and put the school on a hold lockdown. During a hold, students and staff lock classroom doors, clear hallways, but continue classroom instruction. The reported firearm turned out to be a look-alike device after law enforcement arrived, and it was determined there was not a threat inside the building. While there was no danger to the staff or students, the district said the incident reinforced the importance of see something, say something, which helped the school respond to the potential threat quickly. The winners of the 2025 Apple Blossom Festival logo contest were announced and their winning designs unveiled yesterday. This year, the logo contest was divided into the categories of official logo and volunteer logo, both tasked with illustrating the festival's new theme, The Best Time Ever. Washington Elementary School language and literacy teacher Lisa Zanal's design was selected for the official logo and features an apple surrounded by pink blossoms. The design selected for the volunteer logo belongs to Kelly Ferguson and features a truck with food from the festival food fair. Both designs will be featured on various promotional merchandise as the festival approaches. The 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is on the calendar for April 24th through May 4th. Coming up next, work is in progress on a possible publicly funded regional sports complex in Wenatchee, with phase 2 of that project presented to the public yesterday. More coming up in tonight's feature story. Nice weather is on tap this weekend through Monday, with showers possible on Tuesday. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us. Pink blossoms. The design selected for the volunteer logo belongs to Kelly Ferguson and features a truck with food from the festival food fair. Both designs will be featured on various promotional merchandise as the festival approaches. The 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is on the calendar for April 24th through May 4th. Coming up next, work is in progress on a possible publicly funded regional sports complex in Wenatchee, with phase 2 of that project presented to the public yesterday. More coming up in tonight's feature story. Nice weather is on tap this weekend through Monday, with showers possible on Tuesday. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Mike Steele, and I've been honored to serve you as our state representative for District 12 for the last 8 years. With experience in several leadership roles in civic organizations, as well as being a lifelong resident, I've championed projects that have made a difference in our community. I plan to continue the progress we've made together.
Re-elect Mike Steele, your voice in Olympia. Together we can achieve more. Visit votemikesteele.com. Paid for by the citizens to elect Mike Steele.
My name's Nick Dirk, and I've been a cinematographer-photographer for over 10 years. I got my start at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Without the Tech Center, I wouldn't have got my first job in media production 3 months after I graduated high school.
My name is Charlie Voris, and I own Vortex Productions. My work has taken me on exciting adventures all around the world, and I got my start at Wenatchee Valley Tech.
Hey, my name is Ole Mingo, and I'm the Executive Director at Heirloom Creatives in Wenatchee. I am so thankful for Wenatchee Valley Tech to be able to have my dream career.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect, one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
Riley Gaines, the All-American female swimmer at the University of Kentucky, is our guest speaker for the Chelan County Republican Lincoln Day Dinner and Fundraiser, September 22nd at 6 p.m. at the Wenatchee Convention Center. Riley's call to action is to defend and protect America's daughters from competing with and sharing locker rooms with biological men. Join us for an exciting evening with Riley Gaines and support our local candidates. VIP event at 5, dinner at 6. Go to Chelan County Lincoln Day at gmail.com for tickets.
Paid for by the Chelan County Republican Central Committee.
In tonight's feature story, work is in progress on a possible publicly funded regional sports complex in Wenatchee. The committee overseeing the feasibility study presented its Phase 2 report yesterday to the public. The findings from Phase 1 were released in January and analyzed public needs in regards to design. Phase 2 highlighted issues like proposed locations for the center and the cost to the public to buy a membership.
So let's dive right into the Phase 2 study findings. So we're looking at eight rectangle fields that are lighted in artificial turf. That doesn't mean that we'll recommend you build 8. You might build 4 of them and improve 4 others. We'll talk to you a little bit more about what it means to put an artificial turf field in versus a grass field. We're looking at adding 10 pickleball courts on site, outdoors, shelters, playgrounds, restrooms, amenities, and such like that. Here are the 2 sites, and so we put this together for you so you get kind of an idea on where they are and how far they are from each other. Some pros and cons. We looked at the Wenatchee Landing space. Near commercial business development, it is somewhat closer to the great facility, the PUD facility at Walla Walla Park. It's an access catalyst for future development. Cons, there's some topography there. There's some issues that you'll have to work with. Could be more expensive. We don't know yet where things are going to land in terms of future transportation. Baker Flats, another facility. You can see where we have laid over the, kind of a concept of what would go in those sites. So flat rectangular space. It's a pro. There's good access. There's pre-planned intersection improvements that we think may be coming. There's really one owner that we would need to, or you would need to negotiate with, limited impact to the neighborhood in comparison to others. We need to be sensitive and respectful of folks who are living next to a new sports complex. It is a little farther away than where some might desire. There are some issues always when you're converting an orchard, and what do you do to prepare that space? There's also something we'll talk more about that is a concern, is that there isn't a sewer system. What your community had asked for was a 50-meter competition pool. And so what you see across in the blue area right in the center of the screen is that is that pool. Now you can turn sideways and do lap swimming as well, going the other direction. You have a balance between what would be found in a leisure pool, like you'd see maybe in a water park amenities, along with the competition section. And these are each individually controlled.
With the projected cost of the complex now upwards of $177 million, Phase 2 took a look at ways to generate revenue, and one highlighted opportunity was offering memberships. The proposed membership fees for the recreation center with aquatics shown here are cheaper than some local gyms. One local fitness center in particular, the Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club, announced plans to construct a new indoor pickleball facility in April. The new facility would hold 6 indoor courts, while the design for the proposed complex would offer 10 at a cheaper membership cost.
I'm Gillen, I work for Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club, and as I'm hearing this, there's a lot of components in this that were not included in some of the previous plans. And seeing the other people in the room that have facilities in this area, this is going to be very impactful, and the question that you're asking is extremely important in my mind. We're trying to build facilities, other people are trying to build facilities, and if this is the plan, that's going to alter all of our plans because we have a potential loss of membership. Please consider it.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. I hope you had a great Thursday. Nice and mild out there today. We did have some cloud cover that did move in this afternoon, but look at this fantastic shot outside our weather window from this afternoon, and that comes to us from our Wenatchee Heights Sky-Fi Tower camera. Beautiful shot of the valley, and you can see some of those clouds along the Cascades that were out there today, but not much wind, and that made for a nice day. And it's going to be a nice weekend. Starting tomorrow, we should see mostly sunny skies, temperatures between 70 and 80. I think we'll be a little closer to that 80-degree mark, I should say, as we get into Saturday. Today is Friday, but Saturday, mostly cloudy skies, scattered showers. I think most of those showers this weekend that we are seeing on this graphic will be in the northern mountains and possibly in western Chelan County in the Cascades. But temperature-wise, mid to upper 70s Saturday, and then low to mid-70s as we get into Sunday. So not a bad weekend ahead. Temperatures today about where we should see them for this time of year. 77 unofficially our high today. 78 is normal for this time of year. Our record high 97, and that was set in 2013. This morning 57, slightly above our normal low of 53, and our record low 38 degrees. Boy, down in the 30s now, and that was set in 1976. This has ticked up a little bit. We did pick up 0.02 of an inch of precipitation Wednesday morning, so that now gets us to 3.61 inches for the year, an inch and a half behind where we should be for this time of year. Sunrise this morning 6:36, and it sets tonight at 7:15. All right, as we take a look at what's going to happen for us as we get into the upcoming weekend, temperatures will be very comfortable out there. Mid-70s, 76 Moses Lake and Ephrata, 75 for Quincy. A little cooler for Wenatchee, Eniat, and Chelan. Still very nice, though, at 74 degrees, 72 in Leavenworth, and 70 the afternoon high temperature tomorrow up in Lake Wenatchee. The reason a big area of high pressure out in the Pacific is bringing us a strong northwesterly flow right now. We are seeing a bit of a trough of low pressure, so we could see some scattered showers. That could happen this evening, a 20% chance of widely scattered showers, so keep that in mind if you're outdoors this evening. For Saturday, partly cloudy skies. Could see a northwest breeze, and most of the shower activity will be in the northeastern part of the state and in western Washington. We'll see high temperatures tomorrow in the mid-70s, so a really nice start to our weekend. Partly cloudy. That's our weather word for Sunday as well. Cool temperatures. Still some scattered showers around. I don't think we'll see much of that on Sunday. A little cooler, too, with high temperatures only around 70 degrees for Sunday. On our Monday, mostly sunny skies. We will see warmer temperatures. You can see that area of high pressure is gigantic out in the Pacific, mid to upper 70s for our afternoon high to kick off our next work week. And then by Tuesday, this area of low pressure will slide through southern Canada, and that's going to kick up our winds on Tuesday. Also, a 40% chance that we will see some rain showers. This is during the day, and that will make its way possibly over the Cascades on Tuesday. High temperatures in the low 70s. For your Wednesday, isolated morning rain showers, most of that again in western Washington. We'll see partly cloudy skies by afternoon on Wednesday with high temperatures right around 70 degrees. And then by the end of our forecast on Thursday, mostly sunny skies. That high pressure still in the Pacific will make for a nice end of our week next week. High temperatures by Thursday staying right in those low 70s. All right, taking a look at your 7-day forecast. 56 overnight tonight, 74 to kick off our weekend on Saturday, 70 on Sunday, so slightly cooler. Then a nice start to our work week on Monday, 77 degrees, a chance for showers and some breezy conditions Tuesday and 72. Maybe a morning shower Wednesday, giving way to partly cloudy skies and 71 Wednesday, and then sunshine Thursday with a high temperature of 73. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air. Week 2 of the prep football season actually got underway with a few games last night, but the majority will happen this evening. Eisenhower hosts the Carson Graham Secondary School, an accredited international baccalaureate world school located in North Vancouver, BC. That's at Zeffel Stadium at 6 o'clock. Wenatchee opens the home part of its schedule at Leiboftel Field of the Apple Bowl tonight against Mount Si. The Panthers are looking to rebound after a 26-14 loss to Lake City in Coeur d'Alene last Friday. Coach Taylor Mitchell says they learned a lot about themselves last week.
I think that we were able to learn a lot. It's nice once you actually get a game on film. You can learn a lot about yourself, your team, areas that we got to work on. And it's really all three phases of the football. There wasn't one side of the ball that played significantly better than the other. I think defensively we've got to do a better job of tackling. It's tough simulating what it's like to tackle in a live situation until you go out and play a game. And offensively, we had some turnovers. And some of those errors were across the board. At the receiver side, offensive line, it was multiple guys that were making mistakes. So I think a lot of it's just getting stuff cleaned up and hopefully being able to run the football a little bit better this week also, which should open things up a little bit more in the passing game as well.
Senior defensive end Austin Vanderkoy says they definitely need to improve on defense, but that there's a whole new feeling after a loss this year than in years previous.
As a defensive line unit, we just need to all move in unison, disrupt the pocket. I feel like we didn't do a great job of that last week, and so this was this week we really focused on that. I mean, I would say watching film, our get-offs off the line were all kind of split up. We weren't getting off the ball very well, and so we worked on that in practice this week. No, man, I saw in the film room just laser focus from everyone this week. You know, we all eyes on the field. If you're not in, getting mental reps, and if you are on the field, then you're going through your assignment.
Wenatchee at Mount Si kickoff at the Apple Bowl tonight at 7 o'clock. The game we're featuring here on the NCWLIFE channel has Eastmont with its home opener against Post Falls, Idaho. The Wildcats are 1-0 after getting over some early mistakes in a 34-16 road win at Bonnie Lake last Friday. Coach Jay Foster says they've tried to make corrections this week.
I want to say the advantage goes to them and the idea they have a little better feel who they are. And you know, I think we saw our offense struggle a little bit last week, and offense usually trails defense early in the season, and it showed up for both teams last week. You know, our defense just had a better explosive day than theirs did, but hopefully our offense will continue to get better. We're able to address some issues that we saw on film, obviously, and hopefully we'll get those cleaned up.
Senior offensive guard Abe Garcia says they're thankful for the play of the defense to help pick up the offense when the start was pretty rough.
It was a pretty rough game for offense. We have a bunch of new starters on offense, so it's a bit of a struggle, but this week practice has been going by really good, so hopefully clean up a couple mistakes, and hopefully our defense plays really good again because he stepped up last week.
Garcia says there are a couple really good players for the Post Falls team on the defensive side of the ball they'll have to keep their eyes on.
They have a really good nose guard, probably one of the best that we've seen, and then their middle linebacker is pretty solid too, but they have a few weak guys on their offense that we're going to try to exploit. So if we can take care of the Mike and the nose guard, I think we'll be pretty good.
Eastmont was bolstered in last week's game by three return interceptions for touchdowns. Coach Foster says it could have been 4.
You know, 3 pick sixes in a season, you're thinking you're pretty good. In a game? Are you kidding me?
Never seen it. Never seen it. And I don't know if you remember, it was actually, we had 4 and they called one back. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Evan actually had 3, and that I had never seen. Never seen 2 in a game by one guy. But then the third one with Jackson was awesome. So, yeah, I mean, we'll take it however we get it. Trust me. A win's a win's a win.
Watch for Eastmont and more of the interviews with our pregame show tonight with Coach Foster and Abe Garcia. It's all getting underway at 6:30 here on the NCWLIFE channel. The rest of the Big Nine also has non-league games tonight. Sunnyside hosts Coeur d'Alene. Davis is at Sandpoint. Moses Lake entertains North Creek, and West Valley visits Pasco. Othello had no trouble with Connell last night, winning 42-17. The rest of the CWAC plays tonight with the Battle of the Basin between Ephrata and Quincy at Jackrabbit Stadium at 7. Sela hosts Ellensburg. Grandview is at East Valley. Prosser plays at Toppenish. Wapato dropped to 0-2 on the season with a 31-6 loss to Walook last night. Rest of the SCAC plays tonight. Cashmere hosting Kylan of Benton at 7, while Natchez Valley visits Zilla, and Royal hosts College Place. Omak is on the road at Meridian tonight in Caribou Trail League play, while Chelan visits Brewster. In Central Washington 2B play, Bridgeport has an afternoon game, actually earlier, against Tico Rosalia. The rest tonight, kickoff at 7 with Reardon at Lake Roosevelt. Liberty Bell hosts Okanagan. Should be an interesting one for sure. Lynn Britsville Sprague visits Manson tomorrow. Tonasca kicks off at Davenport at 5 o'clock. Aniat played everyone on the roster, and I think including the Water Boy, in an 82-6 win over Yakima Tribal yesterday. They'll have a much tougher test against Touchy next week. A couple of other 1B games tonight with Odessa at Oroville and Waterville Mansfield on the road at Soap Lake. Moses Lake Christian also hosts Always Tough to Sales Fighting Irish. That'll be tomorrow night at 6. Here's a look at a busy prep volleyball scoreboard from last night. Chelan swept Ephrata, LaSalle blanked Quincy, Cashmere down Royal 3-1. Liberty Bell stopped Cascade, that is, 3-1. Tonasket took care of Omak 3-1. Waterville Mansfield swept visiting Garden City Academy 3-zip. Eastmont topped Eisenhower 3-0. Wenatchee blanked Davis 3-zip. Moses Lake sank Sunnyside 3-0. Moses Lake visits Freeman for a tournament tomorrow morning at 8. Bridgeport plays at Curlew at noon. Aniat hosts Brewster at 12:30. Tonasket visits Davenport at 2. Omak plays host to Colville. That'll be at 2:30. Eastmont and Wenatchee are on the road at the Sundome Volleyball Festival all weekend long. Prep Girls soccer Thursday, Omak blanked to Chelan 2-0. Quincy quieted Brewster 3-0. Cascade belted Liberty Bell 11-0. Ouch. Bridgeport got by Lake Roosevelt 5-2. East Valley blanked Ephrata 3-0. Cashmere shut down Royal 5-0. Ike edged Eastmont 2-1. Wenatchee beat Davis 3-1. And Moses Lake shut out Sunnyside 2-0. Coming up tomorrow at 11 a.m., games have Liberty Bell at Lake Roosevelt. Tonasket travels to Davenport, and Pateros hosts Manson. Quincy plays at Othello at noon, while Brewster's at Lakeside 9 Mile Falls. Eastmont hosts Meade at 1 o'clock, while Cascade takes on Toppenish. Chelan hosts Bush at 2. Glacier Peak visits Wenatchee at 3. Okanagan faces Napavine at Eisenhower at 5 o'clock.
I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.